For some people, SpaceX and Elon Musk are being humiliated at the hands of the FAA. Perhaps the FAA believed Elon did not have a godfather in the White House who could be recognized as a top US politician and use his power to talk sense into the FAA to get them to do the right thing. The FAA had no clue that other space agencies were secretly observing the delay SpaceX was experiencing and were also waiting for the proper time to strike. Stick around to discover how some other space organizations have come together to force the FAA to approve SpaceX Starship test flight and grant them launch permit. SpaceX Starship has enormous potential benefits for both the public and private sectors in space exploration and development. It will enable numerous new commercial space endeavors and increase the frequency of research missions, resulting in excellent new knowledge about our universe and Earth. The company's significant savings it provides to US taxpayers as a mode of transportation for government programs and missions, and its ability to rapidly and regularly deliver satellite constellations and payloads to orbit will improve national security, increase high-paying jobs in the space sector, and propel American space leadership far ahead of any global competitors. As a result, other space organizations strongly encourage the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) and other federal authorities to grant SpaceX full authority to commence orbital test flights of the Starship as soon as possible. Dr. Robert Zubrin, president of the Mars Society, commented on the effort, saying, "The organizations that have come together to make this statement represent every point of view within the space community. Whether one's priority is settling Mars, developing space commerce, exploring the moon, assuring national security, or gaining new knowledge of the Earth, the planets, or the universe, we all agree that it is vital that this program be allowed to move forward." The 14 space advocacy groups working together to speak with one voice are the Mars Society, National Space Society, Earthlight Foundation, Alliance for Space Development Foundation, Space Development Network, the Moon Society, the Mars Foundation, Space for Humanity, Tea Party in Space, For All Mankind, the Coalition to Save Manned Space Exploration, the Space Resources Roundtable, and finally, the Space Development Steering Committee. There may be many more obstacles for SpaceX and others attempting to expand the space frontier. Still, this declaration demonstrates that the often fractured movement of space supporters can come together to aid when it truly counts. For months, the FAA has been working on a P of the Starbase. In mid-September, the government released a draft report predicting that the final report would be completed by the end of the year, but that didn't happen. The FAA extended the deadline to February 14th, claiming the need to engage with other agencies and review the thousands of public comments received in response to the P draft. For similar reasons, the target date slipped again to March 25th, and the FAA said on March 28th that the same circumstances had shifted the target date up front to April 29th, 2022. This is the third cancellation in a row. SpaceX enthusiasts can no longer stomach these delays, which appear to be deceitful. Consider the possibility that the FAA promised to look into the evaluation and come to a positive conclusion this time. There is a lack of transparency, but the severe problem is a complete absence of competency. Despite having set their deadlines, they were unable to adhere to them. It happened 3 times, every time for the same project. Furthermore, they only acknowledged their failure at the very last minute. We expect FAA to adhere to these deadlines that it has set for itself. It's shameful and pitiful that they've publicly declared deadlines for themselves 3 times for the same assignment and have failed to meet every one of those. To top it up, it's disgusting that they continue to announce deadline extensions at the last possible second on the last possible day. Is it likely that they didn't recognize that they required an additional week in advance? And from the look of things here, everyone engaged in the deception should be dismissed for their blatant clumsiness. Once again, there is no pressure on them to announce deadlines they cannot meet, and there is no reason why they should be unable to meet these deadlines. Also, there is no reason why they should not be able to forecast their failure to meet the deadlines, and there is no reason why this should continue to happen regularly. At this point, should just say that the Federal Aviation Administration are among the worst bureaucracy in the United States government. Take, for instance, the FAA announced a few years ago that rather than simply prohibiting any commercial use of drones, they would license drones under laws approved by Congress known as Section 333. Although the procedure was a disaster, The result was that the FAA granted permission for a paper airplane to conduct commercial operations. To be clear, regulation is not a terrible thing. Nevertheless, regulators should be at least somewhat competent, whereas these people have demonstrated nothing except blatant incompetence or corruption. The FAA should have anticipated that this would take longer than expected. The initial deadline was published, and experts immediately stated that it was unrealistically ambitious. Politicians in control of the FAA may be acting with ulterior motives, and observing from the other sides, some other space companies, maybe competitors of SpaceX, may be spending enormous sums of money to put a monkey wrench into the works of the spaceship project in order to crash it. The districts of congressmen might see billions of dollars in federal funding. That's not something they're going to say out loud. It may be just running under the carpet. Who can tell better? They're attempting to obtain enough 6-month to 2-year review extensions to force SpaceX into bankruptcy, which appears to be a wicked movement. Then another politician will resurrect a similar initiative shoddy, causing everything to be pushed back by 15 years. We don't pray for that anyways, so let's just get it out of the way. It's encouraging to learn that several of the world's largest organizations are also dissatisfied with the delays, which appear to be political. I believe the FAA has almost completely shut down SpaceX's Starship development, and I know the Space Force and NASA are both unhappy. The fact that they are delaying this is suspicious. Not only Elon, but a large number of individuals are outraged by this. Elon designs rocket projects for things that are deemed feasible to save humanity from destroying itself. That is why having someone like Elon Musk on your team is valuable. And the FAA can't make Elon regret establishing one of his companies in Texas. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, is, at this moment, mandated to approve all proposals by SpaceX. Other space companies like NASA have plans for Musk, and they do not want to risk losing contributions to any initiatives or his commitment to NASA's $2.9 billion contracts. However, there is another evident reason why the FAA is prolonging this delay, which we may examine. But for a second, if we want to take the side of the FAA, it's likely that they have done everything they can to approve SpaceX at this stage in the evaluation, and is now simply waiting for approvals from other agencies, such as the Department of Fish and Wildlife, to complete the process. If such reports are received, they will be able to proceed to the next step, which is issuing launch licenses. And if they are not filed before the end of the month, they are postponed until the following month. Or it may be that the FAA requires SpaceX to slow down and give the SLS enough time to complete its maiden test flight. If it does not take to the air first, NASA and the United States government will be severely criticized for having financed such an outdated dinosaur. The SLS was built with effort and money, even though it does not represent any new technology. A portion of the shuttle's solid rocket boosters and 4 of its engines were used in this project. The primary fuel tank was also used in this project, and the capsule and escape tower were both built in the 1960s. There isn't a single piece of the rocket that can be reused. What kind of impression would it leave on NASA and the government if the Starship was the first to launch successfully? Clients are encouraged to become politically involved and operate within the existing structures. Thereby, increasing public awareness is necessary for them to submit comments to the FAA in the first place. Outside of that, they may not be able to make a significant comment about the FAA process. On the other hand, the general public has a fundamental misunderstanding of the regulatory systems in Western countries. It is entirely dependent on the quality of the input. While it is essential to be transparent about where things are at in the process, agencies cannot risk any sense of predetermination of the outcome until they have received and reviewed the appropriate amount of evidence as part of an application, as well as provided the applicant with an adequate opportunity to clarify and correct any errors on any evidence that may have been submitted. Would you say the FAA is practicing corruption towards SpaceX? Also, you can check out how all this began with the FAA desperate decision to stop SpaceX and why Cosmos SkyMed is under investigation. Just click on the video.